Hi, good people. So this is Miss Dark Chocolate Speaks. LaMonica here. Window Talks. You listening? You listening? Okay, so I grew up with this. I want to talk about the strong black woman, right? I grew up with this idea that the strength of a woman was in how she carried herself whenever she had pain or sorrow, anger, any of those things. But my portrait of that, the picture that was painted for me, as I got older, I started to realize that it was a toxic picture because I was never taught to handle my emotions. I was never taught to deal with those things that frustrated me. It wasn't until I had endured being a single mom for about 3 years that I realized, you know what, this isn't easy, and I can't keep walking around with this thing so heavy on me and no one knows. You know, it it was tearing me apart inside, and I just remember getting so frustrated and thinking to myself like, this, my mother made it look so easy. People on TV made it look so easy. It just seemed like it wasn't that big of a deal. But that was one of many adversities that I felt like I needed to just be strong, right? Be strong about, when at the end of the day, I didn't even know what being strong even meant. The people who always told me to be strong couldn't even define that for me. So it was very, very difficult growing up thinking that, if I don't cry, I was strong. If I, keep all these things to myself and I don't talk about it, I was being strong. And the more as I got older, that toxic idea crept in, and it was just like, it turned me cold and bitter. And anybody who knows me knows that I am a super sweet person, and the last thing I ever want to do is be cold or bitter to anybody, because I have a big heart. Like, my theme in life is helping people. So how can I be the type of person to be cold and heartless and bitter when my passion is to help other people? But there was a point in time where I realized that at that 3 year mark of me being a single parent, I realized that this wasn't normal. We normalized being single parents because, our mothers did it before us, our grandparents did it before us. And if we complained about that, like, how can we complain about it when people have done it? People are doing it all around the world. But we're carrying a lot of pain. We're carrying a lot of pain because why are we single parents in the first place? You know, I became a single parent because my marriage failed. And, I was overseas, and just a lot of different things, and I carried the pain from my failed marriage. I carried the pain from the trauma of my failed marriage. I carried a lot of anger, a lot of hatred, a lot of sorrow, just a lot of just deep-seated emotional baggage. That's what it was. I carried that for a very long time. And how can I love these kids when I'm carrying that? I was just always, a lot of times I was not even present. How could I be present for these kids when I don't even love myself? I hate myself because I can't be this strong person, this strong black woman persona that I've seen so much in my life. I can't be that. It's breaking me down. So I can't love me enough to love somebody else. And I got 3 of these kids. And it hurt me. And it hurt me for a long time. And eventually it broke me all the way down. And I am a firm believer that nothing is happening to me. It's happening for me, because I believe that the things that we go through becomes a story of hope for somebody else, because we are never alone. But we make ourselves alone because we think that we're supposed to be strong and we don't share. And in those moments that we're not sharing, we're trying to figure it out. And how are we going to figure it out when we don't even know where to begin? We don't even know what to uncover. We don't know what to unpack. I just know that there is a toxic mentality of a strong Black woman, and we're expected to always show that strength. It's time to define what that strength is. And sometimes it's identifying those things that are hurting you, identifying that pain, identifying that devastation, acknowledging that it exists, and seeking the help to deal with it so you can put it to rest. And just leaving all the shame of feeling like you're not successful at being who you were born to be. You can't be your best self. You can't be your best person for you or anybody else until you deal with those things, those underlying issues. And you can't run from it, baby. I'm going to tell you right now, you cannot run from it. I tried to run from it, and here I am, 36 years old, and just now realizing I got to deal with the pain of my past. Boy, does that pain hurt. It's traumatizing. And I can't wait until I get to a place where I can wholeheartedly and holistically be healed. You know, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm there right now, because I am not. And I have a very, very long way to go. But I truly hope that this is a step in the right direction, not just for me, but for somebody else too, because I do believe that the things that we go through are meant to be shared for somebody else. Like I said before, it's like a story of hope, and hope drives out fear. And a lot of times we're fearful of the future when we don't know how to deal with those things that we harbor inside. So yes, at some point I think that we confuse strength with pride, or pride with strength, and pride gets us nowhere but hurt even more, and we suffer in silence. It's time to break those chains. It really is time to change the narrative, and it's time to redefine what a strong woman is. Not just a strong Black woman, but a strong woman. Miss Chocolate Speaks.